I recently got access to the beta for MultiVersus, that game that allows you to have Batman fight Shaggy and Velma and Arya Stark, and I've got some thoughts. Let's talk about it. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Crossplay. I'm Pastor Mark, and I recently got access to play the beta for MultiVersus, that new game from Warner Brothers, and the open beta starts on July 26th. And so I've got some thoughts that I wanted to share with you as we head into the open beta that comes soon. My first piece of advice after playing the game for a little bit is do not buy the Founders Pack. Just wait for the open beta. Right now, they're selling these Founders Packs that start at $40 and work their way up from there. These let you unlock characters right from the get-go, and I would just say it's best to wait. Wait for the open beta, wait to play the game, unlock a few characters on your own, see if it's worth the $40, and if you really love it, spend the money, unlock the characters, do all that. But the game is going to be free to play after the beta anyway, so you can either get free access to the beta and play that, or you can just wait for the free-to-play version to come out, and you don't have to spend any money unlocking stuff, especially if you end up not liking the game. Because that's the biggest thing, is you might play this game and you might not actually like it, so spending $40 to unlock access to characters that you don't like playing with anyway doesn't really make a lot of sense when you know it's going to be free in a few days. So just wait, see if you can get access to the beta. The open beta starts July 26th, and then after that, it'll be free to play. So it's worth waiting. And I can say it's worth waiting because based on my impressions, it's not really a game that I would probably spend $40 or more on. And based on my impressions, man, it's just hard to not compare games like this to Super Smash Bros. That's inevitably going to be a conversation piece that comes into play. It comes up when we talk about PlayStation All-Stars. It comes up when we talk about whatever trash game that Nickelodeon released earlier in the year. It's just an inevitable conversation, an inevitable comparison point when it comes to games like this. It just feels like when games like this come out, they never really reach that quality threshold that Smash Bros. Always seems to hit. And unfortunately, this game fits into that same category of just not quite fitting what Super Smash Bros. Does so well. Now, it doesn't fall far below that threshold. I think the game is good. I think there's good pieces here that can be refined. It's definitely better than whatever Nickelodeon released that's its own game. This is definitely better than that, but it still feels like it's not quite there on the level of Super Smash Brothers. I would probably put it in the category of PlayStation All-Stars, maybe a little better based on a few things, maybe a little worse on a few other things, but it's hard to know because I've only spent a little bit of time with it. It's only the beta. They're still working on the full release, and it's free to play, so there's just different dynamics within that. I will say one of the strengths about this game is that all of the characters play very unique. They're all very unique. They have their own unique move sets and skill sets and special moves, and so it kind of begs you to specialize in a character, to work your way up, to level them up, to get to know how each of their moves plays against other characters, and you can really specialize in that one character. So for example, like Batman is very gadget and tech focused, so his gadgets will need to recharge, so you have to keep that in mind as you're playing with him. Harley Quinn is also very weapons focused. You'll be able to play with a lot of her different weapons and toys of war and things like that, whereas there's characters like Wonder Woman that have a really far reach with her lasso of truth, but a really short reach with her shield and things like that. So there's just all of these different characteristics within each of the characters, which is good. You want them to feel different, like you're not just reskinning the same moveset every time you switch characters. And all of these characters have different ways of playing into the team, which is a big focus of this game, is to try to do these 2v2 matches where you're pitting teams against one another. So you have these different team attacks and team defenses that can go into play, and each character kind of fits within that mold a little differently. And so for the most part, that gameplay feels pretty good, but it's still not quite Smash Brothers. It still just doesn't feel in control with the precision and the way that you would expect from something like Super Smash Brothers. It's good, but it feels different enough that it's just like, I want the real thing. I want to play Smash Brothers. And to a certain extent, I get why developers don't just straight up copy Super Smash Bros. Because you want to feel like you're earning your space in the market, that you're different, that you're unique. You put a cool twist on it. But I also think, like, if someone has proven that this works over and over and over and over again, wouldn't you just copy them and then put a twist on it rather than trying to put your own unique twist on something totally different? I feel like with Call of Duty, like if Call of Duty is this great shooter, just copy Call of Duty. Have your game feel like Call of Duty and then put a unique twist on it when you make your shooter, or make your game feel like Doom and then put a unique twist on it. But maybe I'm misunderstanding game development. I don't know. It seems like just copy the leader and then improve on that. In terms of the visuals of the game, I do think it's worth noting that all of the characters, the way they've done the art direction, do kind of seem to fit. Like when you're first presented with the idea that Shaggy and Velma are going to be fighting Batman and Arya Stark and the Iron Giant and Tom and Jerry, and all of these characters are in the same place, it can almost feel like you're going to get whiplash from all of these characters from different universes colliding into one another. But the way they've handled the art direction and kind of cartoonizing these characters to all fit together, for me, works really well. And I'm excited to see what other characters they bring into this game. Like I said, they already added the Iron Giant. That makes my heart happy. And there's rumors of adding other characters too, like Gandalf, Johnny Bravo, which would be amazing. And then Mortal Kombat characters. Again, those are rumors, that's not confirmed, but I'm very curious as to how they're going to keep this game alive. I mean, if you can add big name characters like that every month or two, you're going to keep your audience with you for a few years. What I'm curious of is how those characters are going to be unlocked. Again, it's going to be free to play, so there's going to be some element of just being able to buy the characters outright, probably for $2 or $5 or something along those lines, or you can just grind it out in the game. So right now in the beta, it looks like the characters are roughly a couple thousand pieces of gold within the game. And so every time you win a match, you get 100 or 200 pieces of gold. There's daily missions that you can do to unlock more gold. So within a few hours, at least from my playing, you could unlock a character within that time, but I'm curious if that will stay that way when it goes free to play, and what those later characters will cost, both in terms of real money and in-game money. So all that to say, I'm interested in the game. It's not quite Super Smash Bros. For me, but it's better than some of the other competitors in this same field. I'm curious as to how they'll handle some of the character unlocks down the road, but because I know it's going to be free to play and you can play the beta soon, I just can't recommend people spend $40 for something that will be free, and then if you know you like it, then you can spend $40. But at this point, I'm so curious. I want to know your thoughts. Are you interested in this game? Have you played the beta? What do you think of the gameplay? Is it enough to get you to spend $40 on the Founders Pack to unlock characters? What do you think the new characters are going to be? I'm really curious what your thoughts are. And as always, with every video, I want you to know that I'm praying for you. I've prayed for you as I've made this video, and if you have a specific prayer request, you can message me on Twitter or you can comment on this video and I will pray for you specifically. So as always, thanks for tuning in. Remember that God loves you. I'm praying for you, and I'll see you in the next video.